Do the words cash flow forecast strike you with terror? Well, fear no more, because in this Whiteboard Wednesday, I'm going to take you through the basics of creating your very own cash flow forecast. Hi, I'm Sam from the AJ Mastermind here in Windermere, and today we're looking at cash flow forecasts. Now, this is something that we really prize in our company. Edward, who is our head of operations, he checks our cash flow forecast every single day. And there is a danger, isn't there, that when you feel like money is low, you actually look at it less, don't you? So you're less likely to know exactly what you've got in your bank account if you're worried that that amount's going to be lower than you fear. And the first thing really to get to grips with your finances is to not ostrich and just check your bank balance every single day. That way it becomes a habit that's a healthy financial hygiene habit, just like clean your teeth. Clean your teeth, check your bank balance. Following on from that, you really need a cash flow forecast. Otherwise, you're not running a business, you're letting the business run you. I just want to just take you through the main elements of cash flow forecast so it doesn't scare you. And if you'd like a blank cash flow forecast, just drop me a line at sam@ajmastermind.co.uk and I'll send you over our template. I'll even spend a few minutes on the phone with you if you like, just helping you understand exactly how to use it. So the easiest thing to do is use an ordinary spreadsheet, just an Excel spreadsheet or even a Google spreadsheet. I think ours is a Google Doc so that people can make updates real time and we don't get a conflicting version. So this is what our cash flow forecast looks like. It's obviously just a screenshot of it, so you probably can't see the actual individual words in it, but I'll explain the concept to you. It starts up here with the week beginning, and then you've got an opening balance, income, expenses, income less expenses, and closing balance. And that's the most important part of the whole spreadsheet. So the opening balance and the closing balance, they move across according to the week that you're on. So for example, the opening balance today might be £10,000. That would be nice, wouldn't it? The income might be £2,000, the expenses might be £1,000, so you've got £10,000 plus your 2 minus your 1, you've got £1,000 in that cell there, and so your closing balance is £9,000. I'm sure that's right. And then the £9,000 moves on to the top of the next column, which is your opening balance again. So in the following week, on a Sunday or a Monday, you're starting with a fresh balance of £9,000. What's really important to note is that this is this is forecasting for the future. It's not in the past. So what we're not trying to reconcile something that happened weeks and weeks ago. Well, it doesn't really matter. In fact, you can delete everything before today because it's just today forward. So what you're going to do is you just stack your costs down here. We've put them in different sections, but you don't have to. If it's easy for you, if you haven't got very many costs, if you're maybe a solopreneur and you're working in a back bedroom, you might only have 10 or 15 sort of line items for costs, which is fine. We've got a lot more because we've got payroll, we've got cars, we've got fixed expenses, and we've got variable expenses. So I'll take you through the premise of the last two, if I may. So first of all, the fixed expenses are everything that you can't control. So it might be your rent, it might be your phone payment, it could be your car payment because you could lump your car into the fixed expenses. We also have a little symbol on each of these for which is paid manually, so we can maybe move the date if we need to a little bit, and which is paid by direct debit or standing order, in which case we can't, it's going to come out of our bank, whatever, isn't it? If we've got an amount that we know is definitely coming out, it's a definite amount, then that amount goes in normal font, and if it is a guesstimated or estimated amount, it goes in italics, and that just shows us what we know is going out and what we think is going out. So there might be a little note on it that says our photographer is approximately £5,000 a month, but on our electricity bill, it might say a definite amount of £180 a month, and that's the difference between those two things. It's important to know, isn't it, when you've not got very much money in your bank account, what is definitely going out and what you can maybe make a phone call to your photographer about and go, actually, can we just move it by a week just to allow some funds to come in. Your variable expenses are all about how many properties you're taking to market. So and also probably a little bit of marketing there, depending on how you run your marketing budget. But let's just focus on the properties first of all. If you've got 10 properties coming to market in the next month and they cost you £1,000 each to take to market, then that needs to be reflected in the cash flow forecast. But of course, it's not 2.5 times £1,000 a week, is it? That's not how it's going to work, because one person needs paying on 1 week, maybe your copywriter, maybe the drone photographer will wait 8 weeks, maybe your main photographer will wait 2 weeks, and therefore these are going to be staggered payments. So you need to look back at the previous invoices and then slot them in as and when you think that they will fall, and that's when it goes into italics because, again, you're guesstimating. The income, just going back to the top, is everything that's coming in from completions, and if you've got rentals as well. So your rentals you will know because that'll be every single month apart from your sort of one-offs, but your completions, some of that's going to be guesswork as well, isn't it? Now we've got a situation where we've got a really long lead time from sale agreed all the way through to completion, but our exchange and completion is really, really close. So there's rarely any time to go in and change the cash flow forecast, going, it's exchange, it's going to complete then, because sometimes that's actually the same day. So a lot of our incoming is guesstimated. We know the amount that's going in, we know roughly when it's going in, but there's no certainty about that at all. So if we've got a completion that we think is wobbly in any way, we'll simply not put it in the cash flow forecast at all. There might be a little note somewhere down here that says Rose Cottage, may complete in July and £12,000 fee. Also, when the amount is coming in, we take VAT off that. So it wouldn't say £12,000 if it was £10,000 plus VAT fee. It would only say £10,000 because the VAT gets pulled straight off into a VAT account to keep that separate. And again, good banking hygiene, because it's not our money, is it? So what you'll see here is you'll have all the properties down here, and then there'll be a stagger across the next few months according to when we think that those properties are going to complete, and the money will then be in our account. And what we can do is we can look forward to 3, 6, 9 months and go, okay, at what point are we going to run out of money if we don't do something today? And do we have enough time to do something? Because even if we sent out loads more letters or did loads more door knocking today, we're not going to bank anything from today for at least 6 months. So this is really, really important that you get that cash flow as far ahead as you possibly can do, at least 6 months and preferably 12 months. So we're recording this in May, nearly June, and if we do something today, we might not bank it by December. So we know that we're probably going to run out of money before we bank it if we don't do anything else. So clear as mud. I know that cash flow forecasts aren't a sexy subject. Actually, I really like them. And I really get excited about having a really nice cash flow forecast that makes sure that we're up to date all the time. Phil and I look at it regularly. Edward looks at it every single day and updates it every single day. So we've got certainty of our banking hygiene and our security, if you like. And we know we need to do something about it and when we need to do something about it if the situation arises. So as I say, if you'd like one of our cash flow forecasts or you'd like some advice from me, free and without strings, on how to manage your cash flow forecast, then just drop me a line at sam@ajmastermind.co.uk, or you can contact me wherever you're seeing this video on this page. So you may like to know that every few weeks we run a taste a day here at the AJ Mastermind in Windermere. A taste a day is a taste of the mastermind. So maybe you've considered mastermind in the past, but maybe the price tag has just been a little bit too steep or the timing hasn't been right. And a taste a day might be just what you need to decide whether the mastermind is right for you. It'll also give you a chance to have a look around the Ashdown Jones offices, meet our amazing team, and really ask any question you like of me and Phil during that day. You'll also spend a day with non-competing, really supportive, ambitious estate agents, and you'll get a free lunch. Yes, there really is such a thing. If you'd like to come on the next Taste Today for Mastermind, you just need to go to ajmastermind.co.uk/events and you'll be able to see when the next one is. If you'd like a chat with us before booking on, then just give us a ring on the number on the page, or if you'd like to just go ahead and reserve your place, you can do that too, and we'll confirm straight away. We just need to make sure that your biggest competitor isn't sitting in the room too, so that you can talk freely and share your challenges with the people in the room. We're really looking forward to meeting you here at the AJ Mastermind in Windermere. Thank you very much for watching another one of these Whiteboard Wednesdays, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.